All right. You're listening to KZSU. That was Lori Antonioli. And now my special guest, Sabrina Fallah on the phone. Hopefully, unless I hung up on her. Let's see. Oh, yay. I heard you laughing. Oh, great news. Well, welcome. Tell me, how do you pronounce your last name? Is it Fallah?
Yes.
Okay, great.
You said it right.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't, spreading misinformation.
It's just as it sounds.
Wonderful.
As you read it, it's exactly the same. Yeah.
Well, welcome to my show.
Yes.
I started off talking about a tree species, and now I have morphed into just random music, and I like to do interviews. So let's introduce you to the fans that haven't met you yet here in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
This is Sabrina Fallah. Tell us something about yourself. Tell us your spiel.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. Okay, so I'm from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, and I'm a rock singer. And how I got started, do you want me to explain a bit on how I got into the music?
I would love to hear how you got it.
Okay, so I don't really know how. I think I just got into it because my mom my mom always told me that when I was a baby, before I could speak, I was always humming the tune. So, and then from that, I started, I used to love to write short stories and poetry, which then led me to songwriting. Then I learned the piano first. And then somebody told me that that I can't carry a keyboard around everywhere. It can be hard to always lug that around. But then they said, why don't you learn the guitar? And I actually, I went to rent a guitar for about 2 weeks. And about a week after I rented it, I bought a guitar.
Nice.
I just enjoyed it so much, and that's what I am. I love to play guitar and sing. And when I heard, now how I got into the rock is when I heard Green Day's American Idiot album. That kind of opened me up to going, wow, no, that's it. That's the style. So it's Green Day that made me who I am. So yeah.
Nice.
I sang Green Day for that. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. But who knows? Maybe it was somebody else.
Right.
But I always go back to Green Day, to the beginning, and there's just something about that album that just caught me, and I'm like, I always go back to American Idiot. It's a very good album.
Right. Yeah. It's pretty pivotal.
Yeah, it's very political.
So what do you say we play something from you? I have you, I had a momentary technological snafu here with my email, so I didn't have the list that you sent me, so I have you on YouTube. So what do you think would be a good thing to play? I played Frontline a few minutes ago.
Okay, awesome. Could you play Hurt? It's like a soft rock.
You know what? I was actually going to suggest that one. Funny. Okay.
Really?
Yes, because
awesome.
Yeah, I was looking at it and it's a little bit I don't know. Well, anyway, everyone, here is Sabrina Fallah singing Hurt on KZSU, and if you have any questions for her or any comments, feel free to text them in to me at 855-723-9010. You can also text in your comments about Tree Talk and Magnolias. I think I probably forgot to give the number earlier. And here we go. All right, so I'll be back in a minute, Sabrina.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Oh, no. It's not playing. Oh, wait. I didn't know what's happening. It was just playing a minute ago, and now it. Oh, here we go. I know. Okay. Sorry. I'm terrible with computers and technology. All right. Take 2. Sabrina Fallah singing Hurt. Oh, and it's not coming.
Sitting on this floor tonight, above the broken boulevard, teardrops falling, midnight calling, holding tight to this guitar. Can't stop thinking about all the things you did to me, trying to find a melody that doesn't sound like misery. Hurt, hurt, it's only a feeling. Hurt, hurt, the pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt. When I needed someone, you were never there. You had to star in your own show. You didn't care about what I wanted, but I'm finally letting go of the hurt, hurt, it's only a feeling. Hurt, hurt, the pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of goodbye, I'm better off without you. Sometimes the truth can hurt, hurt, hurt. The pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of
Nice. I like that song because it really highlights your voice, and it's, you know,
thank you.
It's a gentler side of you. Although if you look at the video, you can see from seeing you, you're still like a rocker at heart, but this is you being gentle and emotional, and it has really touching lyrics too. So
thank you.
That was why I wanted.
That's what I'm trying to do with that song. It's actually based on something real that happened in my life, and I wanted to help people through it, because I'm sure a lot of people have gone through something that has hurt them, and I want them to know that they're not alone. So that's why I wrote it, because, people sometimes think nobody has gone through this. Well, I'm sure a lot of people have.
Right. And
in some way.
I think that's a common feeling, when someone's going through stressful times, they feel throughout
your whole life, you're always going to be hurt over and over again with different things. But that song was specifically a time that I was really hurt.
Right.
And I had to write it down. Like, I just had to write it, but I wanted to write it away, not to be mean to that person, but just explaining how that hurt.
Right. Well,
and she was a good friend, but things didn't work. But you never know, we might become friends again. But I had to walk away because I couldn't deal with that with it anymore. But I'm glad you like the song and you like the message and
Well, you're
and I actually co-wrote that song. So I had the idea, and the co-writer helped me put it down. And yeah, it's supposed to be like a Bon Jovi slow song,
Right.
like you want to make a memory kind of feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has that Bon Jovi feel, and that's what I wanted. I wanted that Bon Jovi inspiration in that song because Bon Jovi slow songs are they're so good. So I
Right.
wanted to write a song like that.
So it sounds like you have at least two really great inspirations for your music: Green Day and Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
So,
And I like Billy Idol.
oh yeah, who doesn't? You know.
I saw him live.
Did you?
Oh my God.
When
Yeah,
was
A
that?
couple years ago.
Oh,
A couple
really?
years ago.
And he's
Yeah.
still rocking hard.
Oh my God. I was right in front of him. I got to the festival very early.
Mm-hmm.
So I stood in front of the stage all day, and I didn't drink any water.
So you could
'cause I didn't
stay
wanna
there,
go.
right?
Yeah, so I could stay there. But like, I just stayed there, and I was so lucky that I got his set list that he gave out, and he signed it and everything. So I have a souvenir from the show.
Nice.
And he started playing my favorite song, which is Shock to the System.
Ah.
So when he started the show, I'm like, oh my God, no, he didn't just start with the first song being my favorite song. Okay. I just, and how he performed it is amazing with the sound effects. Like, he sang it just like the album with the sound effects. Oh, I can't believe he's still doing it so well. Like,
I can't
like
believe. Yeah.
he's so fit at his age.
Wow. How old is he? Do you know?
I think he's like 63 or something
Wow.
like that.
Yeah.
I
Because
think, I don't know, I could be wrong. But
I remember.
know that he's in his 60s.
I remember totally rocking out to him, 35 years ago. So.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but he's a rocker. Like, he's been at it for a very long time. Like,
Wow.
yeah, but yeah.
That's great.
Great.
So-
I just had to see him at least once.
All right.
Because I saw Bon Jovi and I've seen Green Day twice, but Billy Idol is like, I want to see him before I die, like,
Right.
because his shows fill up fast, like really, really fast.
Right. I didn't realize he was still performing. I thought that
He's
was.
still touring. He's touring the States right now.
Wow.
He's still touring. He's still performing nonstop.
Wow. My sister, she was just obsessed with him as a teenager. Yeah, that's funny. I should see
Yeah.
if I can, surprise her with that.
Yeah, why
So-
not?
Excuse me. So tell us about the music scene up in Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Or
So
Yeah.
the music scene in Ottawa, we have like festivals, like the Blues Fest is where I saw Billy Idol.
Mm-hmm.
We have West Fest, Ottawa Super X. There used to be Ottawa Super X. I used to do it, but they kind of moved the location of it and put something else there, like stores and stuff. They did a lot of renovations here in Ottawa.
yeah.
And there is also the Ottawa Tulip Festival for the tulips that grow. And we have a lot of open mics. So every night you can go to open mics.
Hear live music.
But for me, when I was doing all that, I was doing some in Ottawa because it's not as big.
Mm-hmm.
But I would go to Toronto because Toronto has a humongous music scene, and you can go to every bar and everywhere has an open mic. But it's just also knowing the right people and knowing where to go and where to start. Because as you start, you get to meet people, and then you network, and then people say, "Do you want to go there and go here?" And then people hear about you. You know, that's how it is in the area where you live to make a name for yourself. That's how you have to do it. But for me, I went anywhere there was a mic. So I didn't just stick here. I branched out. I
Right.
traveled in Ontario and Quebec. I even performed in Nashville, and
Nice.
I got the opportunity to perform in Barbados too. I got in the Hotel Festival, and they still want me back.
Nice.
But the problem is it's expensive to fly there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I have to find the right time. But how they still are asking me to come back, it's like I will come, but it's like I have to pay for the flight, the hotel, the
Right.
food. I want some kind of income, right?
Right, yeah.
Money.
Of
But
course.
it's the opportunity, and getting money nowadays in this industry, it's not
hard,
as easy.
yeah.
It's not, like, even when I try to get money, let's just say sometimes, okay, I'll give you an example of a bad time that happened.
Okay.
So I should have brought the email that they told me that they were going to pay me, but I went there and they said, no, we never said we would pay you.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've had situations where the people would lie. They don't want to pay, but I don't want to say where, but in this industry, there's the people who lie. So I just do it for the love. And if they don't want to pay me, I'm not going to be mad, but at least don't lie to me.
Right.
Just say I don't have the money to pay, you know.
Right.
But then I'm like, you know, I'm not even gonna fight for it because I don't want to argue.
Right.
But that happened once, and I was really mad. And just so you know, I don't even go in that bar anymore because once that person didn't pay me, I was like, you know what? You already lost the customer. You know?
Yeah. That's too
And
bad.
every time I walk by that bar, I'm like,
Yeah. Well, I'm sure
Yeah,
that
but-
happens a lot, you know, that
Oh,
type of
yeah.
thing. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, but now everything's online.
Right.
Social media. You can do a Facebook Live or Instagram Live or YouTube Live and do a show from your bedroom. You
Right.
don't even have to go out to the bars and deal with all that hassle. But the problem is if you want to get known, you have to do the bars and the
Right.
venues as well. But now you can be at home and say it's a Friday night. If you want to join me, you can come and listen. I'm going to practice some tunes. I see people doing that, but I'm not the type to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not the type to sit on Facebook and sing. I'm the type to go on and tell people what's coming up, what's new. And if they want me to sing, I'll sing a little bit. But I'm not going to sit there for half an hour and do a show like that.
Right. Yeah.
I like to be in front of people, like seeing people.
Right. The
I
whole
like to
energy
see
and
because that's how I do it. If I practice, I want nobody around so I can focus. But if I want to sing, I want people in front of me. I want to see their reaction, hear the voices, feel the energy in the room. That's just me. Because if I'm just singing to a camera, it's different if I'm doing a video. But if I'm singing to somebody in the camera, I don't feel the connection.
Right.
I want to see the person in front of me. But that's just me. Somebody else might say it doesn't matter, but I like to be in front of the people. It's
Right.
fun.
I'm
fun
sure
hearing-
I'm sure there are performers that prefer the you know, home alone in front of the camera, no human interactions side of things because, you know, there are all types. But as like one of my very favorite things to do is to see live music, especially if it's outside. And I love how, you know, the crowd and the performers feed off each other, you know. It's like,
That's what I mean. And sometimes you get these people who walk up to you and talk to you and stuff. Like once, I was like, I don't know, maybe 18, 19. A little kid came up to me and said, "You're good." Like that was so cute. Like being in front of people, you get like the kids coming up to you, the adults coming up to you, people screaming, singing along with you. That's what I enjoy.
Well,
and I'm making people enjoy the show, right?
You're connecting with them, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, another consideration is I think that it's harder to play live and sound good than to, play in a studio and be produced and made to sound good. Like,
yes, I agree.
and I think that is probably has to do with some people's fears because they know that live they won't, be the same or as good or whatever. So, but then again, sometimes I do music reviews here, and sometimes I hear bands, and I think, oh, well, I bet this is a really great live show, but it just didn't, capture it. So it goes both ways. I was thinking we should play something else for the people, something. I have All or Nothing lined up. Do you think that's good, or should I play something else?
How about you play Stuck Up?
Let me find it.
Yeah, it is on my page. You just put the Sabrina Fallah.
Oh, there, I found it. Okay, sorry. I was working left-handed and I'm right-handed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If that's a good excuse. All right, Sabrina Fallah, Stuck Up on KZSU.
So far above it all and I'm down below. You act like you'll never fall, but what you don't know, that's what Humpty Dumpty thought. The world revolved around him until he got a face full of the ground that's coming at you now. You're so stuck up, stuck up. Don't know who you think you are, but grow up. That's enough. No, you're really not so far above. You're just stuck up. She says hi, but you pretend that you don't hear her. And that's why your one true friend is in the mirror. Fairest of them all, along with all your power. I'll be at the ball while you spend the hours stuck up in your tower. You're so stuck up, stuck up. Don't know who you think you are, but grow up. That's enough. No, you're really not so far above. You're just stuck up. Why are you so mean? Why are you so rude? What makes you think you're better than me? What if you could see past your attitude? Why does anybody have to be stuck up? Don't know who you think you are, but grow up. That's enough. No, you're really not so far above. Stuck up, stuck up. Don't know who you think you are, but grow up. That's enough. No, you're really not so far above. You're just stuck up. You're just stuck up. You're just stuck up.
Nice, totally different. So, may I ask who is this stuck up person?
Actually, so the story for this song is I was in Nashville when I was recording this, and I was co-writing this song with someone, but I had to think of the idea to bring it to the person. So at that moment, for some reason, I had writer's block because I was just doing so much that my mind wasn't thinking. And then for some reason, I just thought about being stuck up and all that. So it's not really about a person, but it's about somebody out there who thinks that they are the best, who thinks they know it all, because I'm sure somebody out there thinks like that. Or you know somebody who is.
I'm sure we all know people.
I don't think I have ever met somebody who acts stuck up, but maybe I have. I can't remember. But I just thought that would make a good song because I'm honestly tired of people thinking they're the best and everything in general.
I am too.
Like, you don't have to advertise it like that, you know? Like, you think you know it all, but do you? Like,
well, you also notice that oftentimes those people that keep telling you, like, how great they are or how much they know are saying that to compensate for the fact that they don't know everything and they're not great.
Exactly.
I'm like, if you have to tell someone, you know, that you're...
So for that song, I asked the songwriter to have a little bit of Green Day influence.
Oh, yeah?
So I hope it's being heard. I hope it's being heard in that song. But I wanted it to be upbeat and fun, but the song is more about, like, why you're so stuck up. Like, you don't have to be so mean and rude and stuff, because people who are stuck up, they really think they know it, that they know it all. It's unbelievable. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, but I really, I don't think I have ever been face to face with somebody who's stuck up. But I have heard stories, but I've never been up front with somebody like that yet. Yes.
I probably shouldn't say this, but I have daughters, and one or both of them may be very stuck up at times. So, yeah.
But they're young, right?
Right.
Are they young?
Young and beautiful, and you know all that entails. So
they're okay with it because they're young. They're not.
Yeah. Hopefully,
they don't probably mean it as like going around telling people stuff like that, but I think they can get away with it.
Yeah.
Being young. Yeah.
So I was thinking, so do you by any chance have a favorite tree in your life?
A favorite tree?
Yes, a tree that you like, either, you know, around your home or in your childhood. Or did you climb trees as a kid?
Yes, I don't know what type of tree it was, but there was a tree beside my home which I used to climb and hang from, but because it was dying, they had to get rid of it, and I miss it.
Oh, yes.
Because I used to climb that tree as a kid and sit on it. And my neighbors, you know, when I was friends with everybody, and now they're all adults living somewhere else, but everybody was playing on that tree.
Right.
And but I wonder if my parents have a picture of it. I should find out.
Oh, yes,
because
you should.
I'm sure they took pictures of me on that tree plenty of times. And if not, they made a big mistake.
Yeah. Well, I recently had the thought, where I live, it's pretty suburban, or very suburban. And I was with my son over at the elementary school, and there's a tree that he likes. He climbs up to about, you know, like 10 feet or something. And it's a pretty big tree. So he's, you know, I mean, he would get hurt if he fell, but, you know, it's not like dangerously high. And it was funny because, you know, all these people were out walking. It was in the evening, and, you know, and everyone that noticed him in the tree, like, looked at him with like a horrified expression, then looked at me and looked at him. And I realized I don't think a lot of kids even climb trees anymore. And there's
I
probably
think the parents are more very afraid of them, because back in the day I was climbing the fences, jumping over I was making myself fall for the fun of it, and I got bruised easily. But I think nowadays parents are just very strict, because I see that kids are being like so protected. Like
Right.
every time I just go for a walk in the park, like the parents say, don't go here, don't go there. I'm like, man, I went there.
Right. Don't touch the dirt.
Oh my God. My parents let me be free, and they made me fall so I know not to do it again.
Right.
Like they didn't protect me so much that I couldn't do nothing, right?
Yeah.
Or else I wouldn't have learned what falling is and not to do that. But sometimes I still do crazy things. Like I'll try to do something, but then I'll say, man, I don't have that strength anymore. I can't fall. But man, like I used to go like on the hills with the bike and try to go up and come. Like I was crazy, but I can't do that anymore. I don't have all that energy.
Right.
I can. But being a kid, you can get away with a lot because you can do so much. So they need to stay young as long as they can, because my gosh, do we grow fast?
Well, I worry, about kids today because, with all the computer stuff and the video games, I was thinking, oh yeah, there's probably a game like virtual tree climbing simulator that, kids go home and climb trees on their computers and don't actually experience it. And that concerns me.
Yeah, I used to play video games as a kid and Game Boy and Game Gear. I still have my Super Nintendo, but it doesn't work anymore. Damn it. but I miss it. But when I was young, that was like the popular thing, and everybody was doing it, and it was okay to play games, right? It was okay. But now they're saying kids playing games on computer is bad for your brain.
Well,
you need to do other things, But when I was young, they were making us do those things to stay active. But now they're saying kids go out because of the social media, because of the cell phone and the computers, and now having Wi-Fi, and it's not dial-up anymore. You could take your phone, internet with you anywhere you go.
Right.
So it's like, but maybe the rule is don't get the cell phone for your kids till they're like 18, 19.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Like,
well, even in school, so much of the schoolwork's on the computer. I think
I know it's on the computers now.
Yeah.
When I was in school, everything I did by hand. Like in high school, I would do jot notes. In college, I got a permission to bring a recorder in class because I'm so bad at taking jot notes that I just went home and typed it out. But like nobody was on the computer back then. It was all handwritten. Now everybody's like, I'm bringing my computer and my phone to class. It's like,
right.
What? Really?
Yeah.
So it's not old school anymore? You don't write it? No, but some people still write. But it's like in schools now, they're probably having problems with cell phones because everybody's on their phone. Everybody's on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook. And, it's popular. So,
right.
but I think that's what has changed. The internet has become the phone.
Right.
And now everything's on their phone. And everybody's forgetting to look at each other. But when I meet people, I put my phone away and I like to meet them.
Right. I think it's really important.
And take a picture for myself. But I still like I still like people to call me and talk to me face to face.
Right.
If they can, if they're nearby.
Yeah.
But it's just, yeah.
Yeah, I think the whole art of communication is being so changed by social media and, the fact that we all have a computer in our pocket. I really worry. I've been a substitute teacher the last 4 years in high school and elementary. And yes, you are dead right. Cell phones are a massive problem. Actually, I got in trouble one time.
Oh, yeah?
And I got semi-banned from a school because we didn't have a lesson. This was a high school English class. It was a last minute absence. There was no lesson plan, right? So we just kind of were doing some grammar stuff that I was like, not making up, but, just I was teaching them grammar rules. And then for the last like 10 or 15 minutes of class, we all did Tai Chi. And the kids were so excited about the Tai Chi and enjoyed it so much that like 10 of them were Snapchatting it and videoing it live and sending it to their friends in other classes.
Oh my God.
And so it was fine in my class. I didn't even know it was happening. But like 10
other, know how to hide it.
Right. 10 other classes were totally disrupted because one of the kids was all, no way, they're doing Tai Chi and all the other, and so it was like this problem. So those other teachers all called the principal and complained about me. So when I went to the office, like, I didn't even know.
It's not your fault.
I know, but they're all, we're just going to ask that you don't do Tai Chi anymore. But
oh my God.
Don't tell anyone, but I kept doing it. It's ridiculous. I know.
It wasn't the Tai Chi.
I know. It was the phone. Yeah, it was
exactly.
the phone. And that principal actually told me, I said, it doesn't sound to me like a Tai Chi problem. It sounds like a cell phone problem. And he agreed, but he said, at this school, we don't have an official cell phone policy. We leave it up to the teacher's discretion. And I'm telling you, because I was in a bunch of different classes, 90% of the classrooms had like no official way to deal with cell phones. And it was, and then a couple teachers had like, pocket things on the wall, and they took attendance by whether the phone was there or not. So if someone didn't put their phone there, they got marked. Yeah, that was great, And anyway, it was ridiculous.
Well, for me in high school, when we had our cell phones in class, our teachers would say, please put your cell phone with the sound off in front of you on the desk while we're taking a test. And if I see you taking your phone to text, you failed the quiz.
Right. That's reasonable.
Yeah, and still the kids, people were still doing it, but they were very strict. Or my teacher would say, "Can you keep your phones in this class in your locker?" But no teacher like literally took a phone away from somebody. They were just saying like, "Well, we're watching you, and if you're texting during like a test or a quiz, just know that you're going to be in trouble." Right. And if it's like a very important test or something and they take the phone, oh yeah, they're in big trouble. Now, I don't know if they fail the test or if they just get some deduction, like some marks off or something, or they just got detention. I can't remember. But I remember I always had my phone in class, but it's just I had it turned down the volume because that was the time when cell phone was starting to come out, and it was like the old flippy Samsung phone. Like iPhone wasn't even out then,
right?
So it was just starting, and that was when everything. That was like during the MySpace, like while MySpace was still active but almost dying. But like, oh my God, MySpace days.
So did you have a MySpace account?
Oh yeah, I started on MySpace. Yeah. But MySpace has destroyed everything, so I don't see my page like I did many years ago. Oh. But my gosh, some of my friends from MySpace are now following me on my other social media. But MySpace, so when you could add people and comment on their page and add, oh my God, and block people, or just like put them in the trash, or make your own like back. Oh, MySpace was fun.
I never had MySpace. But I was always getting
hacked on MySpace. For some reason, people love to hack me. So I always had to follow MySpace and contact them. But I don't know why people just like to follow me and pretend they're me on MySpace. I always had people try to hack in just to pretend they were me. I don't know why.
How annoying, yes.
I was like, why didn't you just make a fake MySpace with a picture of me and pretend to be me instead of hacking into my MySpace? And I'm trying to get back into it. But that was my MySpace days.
Back in the day.
And remember MSN?
Oh, yeah.
And then AOL.
And that's what I was just thinking. Yeah, how funny. You've got mail.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
I love that movie. You Got Mail.
Right.
Yeah. But oh my God, like I don't even remember the last time I was on MSN because I guess it's completely dead now.
And
But,
remember
oh my
dial-up internet connections, the whole
yeah.
ordeal?
Oh yeah, my parents telling me, Sabrina, you can only be on the net for 20 minutes because we need our phone. Jesus.
That's funny.
And I hated that sound. I hated that dial-up sound.
Oh, yeah.
It's so annoying.
Yes.
Oh,
So-
good. You know what? Thank goodness for Wi-Fi and all that, but a lot of the kids are too much on their phones, right?
Right.
But I'm just glad it's not dial-up anymore.
Right. Well, I'm also concerned because I know that, people are giving their kids or letting their babies, use an iPad. There are like
What?
apps. Oh, yeah. There are like apps for babies. And I have a friend who has a 4-year-old, and man, he's quicker on the iPad than I am. So,
Okay, a 4-year-old.
A 4-year-old, yeah.
Not to be mean, but I don't think a 4-year-old should be on an iPad.
You think? I think a 4-year-old should
It
be like.
depends. What is the 4-year-old using it for? Like that's the thing. Like I think if you're playing a game, it's different. But that's just weird to me.
Yeah.
Somebody that young.
Yeah. Well,
But see, it's the whole cell phone, Wi-Fi,
Right.
internet in the phone now. They're making small. They made the iTouch, which I have, then the iPhone, then the small iPad, then the medium, then the big. It's all money making. You know that, right?
Oh,
all
yeah.
money making. But at the same time, when should a kid have a device like that? I don't think a 4-year-old should be using one like that.
So
I don't even know how they even know how to use it. Anyway.
they're amazingly smart. I was, lamenting to somebody maybe 2 years ago about, the kids today and all these problems. And she said something that gave me a little tiny bit of hope for the future. She said that she thinks that what we are experiencing right now is really crude technology. And in 20 or 50 years, people will look back and go, oh my God, I can't believe they were totally addicted. Or, they will have progressed. Like now it's like the Wild West of technology. We're all,
Right.
But,
Yeah.
but, more and more studies are coming out about how technology is harming people, in all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
And
I think because I grew up not being on the phone like this. I was in high school when I got my phone. So when I was a kid, I was going out and biking and playing in the sand and going outside, staying outside. So I had a fun childhood. But all these people in this generation growing up, do they really consider playing a video game and staying on their phone all day is actually fun?
well, I know my son does.
Eventually, they're going to get bored and being like, well, what do I do with my life? Because I can't do what I used to do as a kid, play Super Mario for 24 hours like I used to. Like, I can't do that.
And
now, I'm just not a video game. I'm not addicted to that anymore like I used to. But some people do still play it, but they're not playing it 24 hours. They have
Right.
jobs and they go out. But I think the parents need to teach their kids what they used to do, to tell them, this is what I used to do. I used to play with the ball outside, go swimming, see people. You have to tell these kids that the phone will not be gone, will still be there. Like
Right.
my mom always says to me, You don't have to eat all of the cookies because they'll still be here tomorrow.
Not if I eat them all. No. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But it's true. The phone and the game will not be gone.
Right. Well, that whole delayed
Get some sun. Yeah.
that whole delayed gratification is something that kids need to learn.
And I
Okay.
think
So
yeah.
I was just gonna say we're coming up on the end of this. So what
Okay.
song should we go out on for you? Let's give the people one last.
You can choose any song you would like.
Well, I have everything right here. How's that sound?
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, and tell us, what's the best way to check you out? I'll put it on my playlist. Do you have a website?
Yes, it's Sabrina Fallah, FALLAH.com. And at the top of my website, I have my YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook links. And I also have Snapchat.
Excellent.
It's Sabrina_Fallah. If you want to follow me, I still use those filters and have fun with it. And
Excellent.
I will follow you back when you follow me.
Well-
I love to meet new people, make new friends. Everybody is like a family to me.
Nice.
The friends thing, yeah.
Excellent. And let me just tell you, you like hit the nail on the head because looking at you and listening to your music, like the predominant thought is that you like to have fun and you have fun doing it. And, that's so boom.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you so much for calling in. It's been really nice to talk to you. Thanks for sharing
Yes,
your
thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it. It was fun.
certainly. Okay, so Sabrina Fallah, everything on KZSU